so Lesh can always provide some opportunity to be able to set up. And they even go into a lifestealer here for Fnatic. Okay, it's a lot of magic damage that TNC have at the moment.
Yeah, suppose. I mean, Viper, you're still going to be able to get off your Viper strike and potentially kite him around a little bit, so might opt to go for something a little more mobility oriented, or something that has more status resistance, so that you're not suffering as much from that, you know, maybe the S&Y race car style.
Yeah, we've seen some different builds coming in and out of the phase for the lifestealer. You know, for a while it started with the good old Maelstrom Halberd, and we kind of seen the armlet picked up. MKB Rush was there for a little bit, but it seems like that armlet's just still a pretty core item into whatever else you want to go afterwards for the lifestealer.
They're going to go a Troll. Gabby likes playing Troll, and pretty decent against Lifestealer. Against the Leshrac, as long as you get off the Battle Trance, you don't really care all that much about standing within all of that burst. And then, of course, if ET's nearby, there's just a ton of minus armor as well, so potentially see it.
Can they morph as well? Like, it's a really good matchup versus the Lifestealer. This carry matchup where you get the Rage, the Feast, any Lifestealer pretty much gives you a relatively free fight. Maybe it's going to be someone who's a little bit slower, and we didn't really see the impact of the Morphling last game, which is kind of the only issue. Maybe they're not feeling as confident with picking it up.
It's possible. I'm just trying to think what's going to give them a winning matchup all through.
Yeah.
Tiny Viper can be incredibly strong. It's just all up to the positioning coming through. Lifesteal is probably not going to die, but Ogre definitely can. I'm not sure how effective DJ is going to be on that hero. Titan, what was going to pair really together with them? I seem to think a PA, and I'm sure it can, but it is one of the other good counters against the Lifestealer. Juggernaut's all right. Use spin to dodge a lot of the Leshrac damage. You don't really care about Rage if you've just got a Swift Slash or an Omni Slash. Basher, good for locking down squishier targets like the Mirana and the Lesh.
See, Fnatic, I mean, what they're looking for, they're 3. I don't believe they're going to try and flex the Leshrac. We pretty much just only see it on the 2 right now, maybe sometimes the 4. So I guess going for initiation hero, maybe someone that can infest bomb the Lifestealer and set up for the Mirana arrow.
Spirit's still in the pool, though I'm not sure how strong that is. I mean, that's just going further to the magic damage side of things, so that if they do go that Morphling and want to get that Rage back, or if they go Juggernaut, you've got the Blade Fury. It's not amazing. So you can just dodge out of stuff. The Dispersion.
What, for the Void Spirit? Dissimulate?
Yeah,
Dissimulate. Can they just go back for the Centaur? For the Mirana Centaur combo, just disengage with Stampede? I mean, there's only the tiny ET control. I'm trying to think of 3s that can initiate and provide them a... They're going to Beastmaster, okay.
Like, not horrible.
I mean, you take a look at TNC, they got decent ways to protect towers with a Viper, Nether Toxin, ET as well as super strong, but it just gives them a way to really be able to group up. Beastmaster Lesh takes objectives incredibly fast. Might be... The only issue is the carry matchups that's going to come through from TNC, but they've already banned out a lot of the carries. I'm trying to think.
I'm liking the morph. Alchemist, okay. Something a little different here. And you would assume that that's going to be Gabby's Alchemist as well. Nothing too out of the ordinary so far. Yep, Febby's going to be paired together with him. My thing is, like, they don't have quite as much... Well, really, they don't have any steroids for him. You know, you've got debuffs in the form of Febby, and I suppose KP as well a bit. But Alchemist, he really thrives when he's got, like, you know, an Invoker backing him up, or, you know, his own Ogre Magi, or things of that nature. But how are they going to deal with the boars? That's the big thing that I'm worried about, at least until the Alchemist hits level 6. Because ideally, you wanted to go, I was thinking of Morphling, a hero that's able to kill them, because they give, you know, not too much gold, but a lot of experience if you're able to take them down. So to get that, it would be quite effective, but I'm just not seeing how an ET and an Alchemist is going to be able to.
Yeah, and that's a worrying thing as well, because the boars are a big factor to Beastmaster's laning stage. Not only, like you said, giving over the experience and the gold, but it enables him to be able to just CS, deny easier. You've got a lot of kill threat with the slows, and just that constant chip damage. And Beastmaster Mirana is going to be quite the lane here from Fnatic. And I mean, it seems like Fnatic kind of have to really match the tempo and try and control the map before the Alchemist gets online. Do you think they're able to do that though?
Of course, like if they win a team fight, that's a guaranteed tower gone. Guaranteed. You've got a Beastmaster, Lifestealer who comes online with like an armlet and then can just go and do stuff. A Leshrac, and then an Ogre Magi just to boost the Lifestealer even further. So definitely got the capabilities to, throw back what TNC are trying to do right back in their face, but it's just down to a matter of execution. And I think a lot of it and a lot of the attention that I'm going to be focusing on is down towards that bottom side of the map, top side of the map, where Masteros is laning. 9 wins in a row as Mirana for Jabs, but clearly that did not count game 1 of this series.
Yikes. That's better. We'll see if they can bounce back there. I like the we've had that cinematic for a while with the intro, but it's just kind of nice seeing some extra little stats on some of these players' heroes and what they've been doing through their pubs as well.
Do you miss the one that we
Street Fighter intro? Oh yeah, I remember that. No, this one's good. I like this one. That didn't stay for long, that other one.
I think people were complaining that it lagged them too much or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Good old. I'm gonna make sure you ain't got no lag issues. It's a big issue. Goddamn Tide messed around. Yeah, I mean, take a look. The second game here, we'll see if the boys over on TNC are going to be able to enable Gabby's Alchemist. The one good thing about the Alchemist is that we are going to see some incredible fights by the bounties. It looks like TNC, they're kind of just like, all right, we're just going to make sure we secure 2. Looks like Radiant, they're just going to make sure they secure 2 as well. So they're not going to go too aggro here.
I mean, you're totally fine with that as an Alchemist lineup. 2 bounties is a win, right? Because Alchemist is not contesting at all. I'm honestly a little surprised that he's walking forward this far, because, if they came in from the side, he would be dead meat.
Gabby's just feeling himself at the moment. The good old taunt, just walk away. Such a funny taunt. Is this a new set as well? At least one that I have not seen. The face mask in particular for the Alchemist kind of looks pretty cool. I like it.
Let's have a look. Diatide Shimmer Goblin Hat, or the face mask?
The face mask. Although that Goblin Hat's kind of dope.
Alchemist's Diatide Shimmer Tiny Arm.
Well, there you go. I guess that answers it then. As Gabby's going to take a lot of damage here. So yeah, we're just going to see the emphasis on really trying to shut down this Alchemist in the lane. If Masteros and Jab's going to be able to do so. The good thing, at least for Gabby, is the fact that he has a very strong laning stage support in the Elder Titan. We already see Febi's going to go to work as soon as he gets the Astral back across the map. And whoa, damn.
Fair and balanced. I'm pretty sure they took out the boar as well with that, right?
Yeah, they did, which is, I guess that's the nice thing from Febi. If he's able to kind of pair it up with that extra astral damage, it's going to give him an extra target to be able to get, the stats from. And I'm kind of surprised Fnatic didn't block the small camp, or at least a camp by that area is Febi. Trying to man fight, but you see, not dealing with the boss, so a little bit of attack slow here. Oh. He's going to be able to secure first blood. Will cost him his life, though. So.
It's totally fine, though. First blood, and he took away the salve. They tried popping it there on Jabs, so that's 110 gold wasted.
A little bit unfortunate there. What's he going to come back to the lane with? Got 450 gold to be able to utilize here. Might try and see if Gabby wants anything. Just waiting for the TP, but we'll take a look at some of the other lanes. As Armel up against the Leshrac played from Moon. How is this matchup going to fare between both the mid laners?
I mean, Queen of Pain is always seen as that lane dominating style of hero, right? You just get up those points in the Shadow Strike, assuming that you don't have something that's able to dodge it, like, Ember Spirit or TA or Void Spirit. And so I think Moon's going to have a rough time in the lane, but the big thing for him comes from his tower taking potential. So I think not to emphasize all too much on the laning matchup and more on what happens after that at around the, say, 6 to 8 minute mark.
Yeah, we'll see a lot of emphasis on those power runes and trying to equal up the movements to be able to contest and find the pickoffs as well. But
Ebby is going to be a big boy. He's taken that stack. Is he going to get the small camp? No, he's not. But he's still going to be hitting very, very hard.
Oh, 24. We see just they haven't really kind of prioritized in the creepy equilibrium though. So Fnatic looking to try and pressure here. Febby just kind of chilling out through the acid spray, making it a little bit awkward for them to commit on top of the Elder Titan, which is already pretty difficult. And Gabby's also got double bracer, so already the stats 1020 health for your Alchemist, so still going to be pretty difficult to be going through him. And you see the stacks are starting to come through as well. They've already got a triple at the Ancients from TNC, so he's going to get a nice little juice up there from the Triangle camp.
Yeah, Tim's is doing a great job. And one other little bonus that probably wasn't entirely intentional, but with the acid spray, you're able to take out the Hawk if you're lucky enough that it's in the place that it is. So already getting an extra 40 gold from that. Maybe he's getting gone a little bit here.
Yeah,
Venom.
He's ultra dead. Maybe just wants the boar instead. It's going to be another kill for Mastros. Do you like how they're playing the lane at the moment where they're putting a lot of emphasis on the ET laning instead of kind of pulling the wave back?
Yeah, I don't mind it all too much. Bit of a movement here, trying to get a wrap around, maybe bait out a blink, or actually doesn't have blink skilled up yet on Armel, so bit of trouble.
He wants to try and contest the power runes at the moment. Armel's got Tim's rapping forward as well for a little bit of help. Oh, you hate to see it.
Oh,
those jumps.
Very uncharacteristic to get in a position like that, and DJ is just waddling around the mid lane. Top lane, anything happening? No. So you asked me in the previous game, like, what is the situation? Like, you see Ogres build over Venom sometimes. This time he didn't, right? Because his role is a little changed. You know, Mirana needs to be in that lane to make sure that the Alchemist isn't having as great of a time. So he just goes the boots, has a lot more mobility. His game is focused on just as much getting these stacks, scouting out things like the ancient stack that TNC have been able to form the Alchemist, but he's just dead and under reward right now, so they know exactly how to play. KP playing on the right side of that lane.
Yeah, we haven't put too much attention on bot at the moment, although we might have a fight around top with the bounties that are about to break out. We'll see Febby's pushing back Jabs with that extra astral damage. Although Mastros is coming over as well. Jabs, can he get the faster right clicks? No, Febby's going to be able to snag this, but he's going to be careful because if the ball gets a slow, now without that bonus movement speed, he ultra dead, as that's a killing spree now for Mastros. He's had another very good landing set. I mean, CS-wise, he only got 16, but kill-wise, he's 3 at the moment.
Z to 6, not quite. This is just a bracer fest right now. Braces on everyone.
What were the bounties? Looks like 2. Yeah, 2 and 2. Okay. Just, I guess another nice, if Alchemist is able to kind of go even instead of being able to contest, then you're going to feel pretty happy there. As we do take a look though. Life still having a very good time at the moment down bot.
Trying to get the stun off actually onto the Queen of Pain. Has to finally blink away, skilling it up at level 5. But you've actually still got the bounty rune in the Radiant Tricamp area, so Moon's not all that worried. He's able to push out, be a little bit more aggressive. What do you mind of? Yeah, so he's going to Lightning Storm this perhaps just to push this wave in. Is around to try and make something happen. It's a win if you can get your creeps underneath the Radiant Tier 1 tower. Sorry, the Dire Tier 1 tower right now.
Arrow does connect on Tim. Jabs again doesn't have a point in the Starstorm already, and Armel's going to commit the ultimate there. So we see DJ falling. It's a lot of emphasis on this mid lane though.
It is, to be sure. And now Mastros, he's hit up onto his level 6. Of course, so has Gabby, but now's the time to try and make a rotation through to this top side. Try and make a kill happen.
Oh, Tim's finds Jabs, instantly has to try and pick up the bounty there. That would have been nice with the kill into the bounty. We're trying to wrap and find the Beastmaster there. Just saw previously as well, the Beastmaster actually used the Hawk to scout out the double stack that they have for Fnatic at the moment. Yeah, you see the Hawk that he's got, just really giving them some information around the jungle, to try and reveal how TNC are trying to enable their Alchemists. And this is going to, Fnatic have to try and deal with this. I mean, the Leshrac is a hero who's going to be able to take stacks incredibly well. So we'll probably see Moon, if they take that top tier 1 and then with the increased vision from the Beastmaster, they should be able to take the stacks a little bit easier.
Oh, he's got the Battle Fury build as well. So uber farming style here from Gabby.
Yeah, we've seen kind of the Battle Fury get picked up a little bit more frequently lately than the Radiance. Is there a reason why? Although DJ might be in trouble. He's got Moon coming over, Fire Blast, sets off for the Lesh follow-up stun, but it looks like ET is just going to be able to kind of zone them away as they really want to try and pressure out these stacks. Masteros coming over. He wants a kill. Let's see what he can find though. He doesn't have mana at the moment for the Raw, so Masteros going pretty deep, but with the slow, Tims just can't run away. They might be able to, kind of block off any retreat capabilities, even with the rotation from KP. Febby will pay the price. Masteros, though, with a mega kill streak, will end up losing it. So 384 gold, and they don't get the stacks as well.
And just feeds that gold straight into Gabby. Exactly what TNC are wanting right now.
Feed the beast.
That's a bottle refill coming for the Queen of Pain. Yep, the stacks haven't even been taken yet. It is 8.5 minutes, and this Alchemist is getting out of control. We're probably going to see about a 10-minute or so Battle Fury, I would say.
Oh. And Gabby's got to be loving life at the moment. Just he got a jelly, a broom handle. Takes the full stack for free, making sure he leaves that stack as well after the 7 minutes, just increasing the probability with the neutral items being available.
Stacks up his own camp. This is probably going to get the double. This is a masterclass. Pay attention, POS 1 players. This is how you do it. It's nice to have, the support stack and camps for you as well.
No doubt. I mean, Fevy's that's a fat stack they got at the Triangle. I think that's 4 now on the Ancients and double at the hard. But we do see Fnatic, they group up, take the first T1 of the game at the moment here. It's going to be able to at least increase the movements they can make through that top side of the map, but they still really need to continue pressuring because, I mean, have they done it a little bit too late and not putting enough pressure on the stacks? Because, I mean, yeah, like you said, Gabby's probably going to have about a 10-minute Battle Fury timing.
Yeah, he is 200 gold away at 9 minutes 40 seconds. So he is having a great time. Make this invasion. That's the big thing. Masteros, I think he doesn't need to be in the jungle right now. He can just continue pressuring up towards this top side, although kind of a blessing in disguise. If they just move away from this mid lane, now they have no glyph to defend the top tier 2. So I think that should be priority number 1 right now for Fnatic.
Yeah, it's also going to just force some rotations top, which then can potentially help out with an aggressive movement inside the triangle camp, knowing that someone had to kind of TP to defend it, and just the information that you're able to get from it. And I mean, still, what has Raven got at the moment? So I actually lost the choreo, but working on that armlet. But there we go. Battle Fury picked up. He's taking over the stacks at the moment from Gabby. It is getting scouted out. They don't actually see the Alchemist on division from Radiant. If they see, they'll catch out the Acid Spray. But, I mean, Gabby's already got this and already 1,500 gold afterwards as well.
Yep. Nice hero. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't mind an Alchemist because it rewards good play, A Sven is just like press button. Yeah, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, at least you kind of have to play around with the team, like prioritizing a lot of stacks and protecting him early on with the lane. And you're seeing as a lot more cohesion that you can see as a team really trying to bring the Alchemist online, and Fnatic really trying to contest the Alchemist and put pressure on top of the map as they're looking to try and get grouped up around this mid tier 1. Ravens pushing it in. They've got the catapult wave as well, but KP, he's finally going to move out of the bottom side as well. Unfortunately, don't really have enough strength at the moment really to be able to protect that.
You talk about value items for the Alk as well. You've got the bounty, the trusty shovel, so chances of getting more bounty runes for this Alk, so it's just going to snowball him even further. And I'm pretty sure KP is close to his Atos as well, so they're going to actually start to become aggressive. You would think Alchemist is going to have that Heaven's Halberd finished up sooner rather than later, around that same kind of timing.
Yeah, I mean, now the lifesteal is, I mean, it has been farming very nicely considering. You take a look at the net worth, he's, second on top of everyone else at the moment. But it's just, game of the Alchemist. Gabby's about to have the Hellbit completed. Radiant, they have taken 2 tier 2 towers. Is this kind of what you were hoping them to reach the mark at 12 minutes in to have these objectives?
Probably more than that, to be honest. And I don't think that they've grouped up quite enough to make it to do so, right? Like this is a low kill game, you know, and that's still like nearly a kill a minute for this sort of thing. And you would think that if you're on Fnatic's side that you would want to try and, you know, up the tempo a little bit. I think they could have potentially done slightly more to try and stem the bleeding of when this Alchemist is going to start to join these team fights.
Looks like Fnatic thinking about making a play though. They're going to smoke up. It's actually, yeah, they smoke and Moonlight as well. So they're going to try and infiltrate this triangle camp where they've got the Hawk Vision. A nice little wrap around from them. You see Dire are getting set up at the moment. The scan also connects. So they know someone's underneath the tower. Jeb's going to be the one to show. Let's see how they can get the angle though. DJ pops the ward. Nice vision to be able to set up for the Queen of Pain chain lockdown, but it looks like no one's going to follow up here. So Armel, he can just run himself away, even with the blink on cooldown. Beast's going to end up falling off to the eastern side of the fight there, and Gabby now finds the connection and stun on top of DJ. They need to follow up, and it looks like Armel is going to be able to provide that. The damage thanks to the screen, but they're not done. Now that Jabs is a bit stuck down here. Moon's in the tree line as well. Gabby's just going to go forward. The ultimate is about to wear off, and they've got the Infest Bomb as well. Now with the arrow off the mark. Nicely done. Fnatic, they punish this aggressive dive, and Master up with the buyback as well is going to find the raw control, locking in KP. And a lot of buybacks forced out here. What more can they get? Armel's actually going to blink on top of the wave. He will attempt the TP to have the fire blast up all the damage. Neither will be the case as Armel snags a kill. TP's back to the base. They lose the Alchemist though, but it does cost them buybacks on the Ogre and the Beastmaster.
I'm pretty sure they didn't even need to use the buybacks. I don't think the Ogre or the Beastmaster had any damage in killing that Alchemist. So it's, you have to be happy with that. You know, you're able to slow down the Alchemist timings a little bit. Even with a halberd, you can't stop all of that burst damage that's able to come through if you're stunned all through it.
Yeah, unfortunately, just that ulti wearing off a bit too much and the die potential there. But I mean, we see at the moment how until Tims gets this blink, their initiation potential is at least kind of just relying on mainly just running down heroes and brute forcing with the high amount of kind of, you know, sustain that they're able to have, just the difficulty to be able to kill them. So if once his chemical rage wears off and not really having a follow-up on that tiny blink, I mean, although he's getting very close to it though. Tim's is already level 8, so he's got the combo maxed out. Looks like they're going to give him the dead lane as well to try and work towards that blink.
Slowly farms it up. He's going to be very happy with that. He's even holding the Keen Optic ahead of the Queen of Pain, just so that he always has mana to be able to progress towards this. And wouldn't surprise me if they just swapped it over to the Quap afterwards. But right now, getting him Blink Dagger is a big priority.
Oh, Febby just snagged both bounties up top, so I don't think Radiant got any. Yeah, they didn't. That's going to be 4 bounties. Wow.
And they got a deep Observer Ward down as well, so when they do try and make these rotations through with the Blink Dagger, it's just going to be devastating, and probably not where the rest of the team are if you catch someone farming out on their own.
Just, and that's with the bounties as well, that picks up the blink, so we'll see what they're able to do. There is an item now, the Spirit Vessel, at least for Jabs, going to really enable them to kind of deal with this Alchemist. A lot of the sustain, I guess, going to be hindered thanks to this item, but we'll see, you know, how it's really able to fare, because Alchemist is working on that BKB as the next item. He's already got the Mithril Hammer, and with 1200, make it already 1500 gold in the bank actually, so he's getting closer and closer towards it.
All he needs to do is just bank on his team to play together, play in safe spaces. Right now, it's kind of in a vulnerable spot right now. He was farming right underneath some Radiant Observer wards, but he doesn't care all that much. I suppose Raven, he's happy to take the fight to them. And like you were mentioning before, he doesn't really want to join the fight until he's got that BKB totally completed, but only about 550 gold away. With this Ancient stack, it should be basically done.
Does look like Radiant going to try and wrap. They've got vision on KP at the moment, even with this back ward as well. So now with the boots of travel, Lesh going to join the mid. KP arrowed up. Febby's going to try and disrupt this, even with a toss from Tims as well. Nicely done. Now Gabby's going to wrap around as well. Finds Mastros. Raw's going to control him. So he will stun up himself, but now with the backline, Almo's going to try and solo kill off the Mana. Will be able to do so successfully thanks to this Orchid. He also had an Arcane Rune as well. So this Sonic Wave, lower cooldown, Orchid back up as well. Very nicely done.
And not wanting to waste the Chemical Rage, just going to opt to try and take the tier 1 tower, but Alchemist is just like, you know what, I think I want to farm, you know?
Tims. Yeah, they want more blood though, but the blink forward, Ava, toss back, Armel, even trying to deal with the Ogre Magi is just going to TP out, but it looks like Mastros is in a whole world of pain. They even have the ward, I believe, scouting out Raven, but that's going to be a little bit more tricky of a kill. Instead, they're going to go back, and guess what? Roshan's going to be the next objective.
Have any Dalians just yet, but still just drops so quickly with the acid spray on the ground.
Yeah, the limiter, a little bit of armor reduction that's going to be able to provide from it, and just a couple of kills. I mean, Gabby's got a BKB, and now they've even got the Aegis as well on top of TNC, which looks like they're going to give over to Armel instead. Just, I mean, going through Gabby, the once is going to be difficult now. Even Armel having a second life as well, almost with the BKB. So Dire are really trying to synergize once with the double BKBs on the cores.
Completed 15. Level 15, he's gone for the extra health just to make sure he's just not killable. Good luck getting through 2600 health at 18 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and now this Spirit Vessel feels like, what's it really going to do with Gabby's BKB? So, I mean, Radiant, they are going to smoke up. Sorry, with the Moonlight Shadow. They're going to walk up the high ground, but they do have a nice ward at the moment scouting out the Alchemist, but I mean, KP's position at the moment is just so aware, and they're going to try and move forward, but where's the rest of the damage coming through? Infest Bomb's going to come. Gabby pops is at the BKB, but the ultimate's a little bit too late, but now Dire, they can still continue with the fight with the damage that's skyrocketing it out from the combo. Armel along with Febby going to help drop down 3. They do have the second life, and Tims can jump back forward, lacking a little bit of mana, but pops the stick, and now Mastros is in trouble with the Avatos combination. Beastmaster's going to end up falling. So the 4th death here from Fnatic. They do, I mean, they get the Alchemist, you get the Aegis, you also kind of force out a 10-second BKB, which is going to feel pretty nice there, but the consequence, they come out ahead in gold from Radiant.
Yeah, I think just because of all of the how far ahead Gabby was, you know, that 406 that Moon was able to grab from it, really effective. I'm surprised he wasn't doing the pulse nova toggling trick. Like, if you actually press it at a certain time, you do a good amount more damage. It just uses up a whole lot more mana, but it felt like with him standing in the middle of that fight, it was always going to be a pretty high risk that he was going to go down.
Well, Moon will be able to get a kill on top of Tim's down bot, utilizing the Beastmaster summons, but Armo wants a little bit more revenge here. Blinks in, Orchid Sonic Wave, monster kill streak, and Tim is like, all right, well played, thank you sir, a little bit of revenge, I'll trade that any day of the week.
So what's the next thing we've got? We've got Skadi. So Gabby's just like, more health, that's all I need, but that Spirit Vessel, pretty good counter to it, you know? It's 4% of current health per second that it removes, so start chunking them down.
Yeah, it's definitely got to keep that one in mind with how that's going to end up faring. How many charges do they have? They got 4 at the moment from Ron, so yeah, definitely a bunch to be able to utilize. But I mean, TNC, it's a 11,000 net worth lead. Of course, a lot of it is off the back of the Alchemist, who's just a, you know, this brute artificial kind of farm that you provide with the net worth. But they've still been playing incredibly well as top lane. Moon getting chased down at the moment. Radiant, they're on the high ground, and with this vision, they're going to try and look to turn and deal with Tim's first off. Raven straight on top of him, pops a rage, so it doesn't have to worry about the Elder Titan control. And nicely done. They're just positioning up top. They're even going to try and continue to hold this, although they smoke up instead. Link down to bot, where KP is underneath the Hawk, so he could be in trouble here.
Yeah, enemy number 1 is Gabby right now, and fortunately for Fnatic, I think Masros used his Hawk where they could see the position they were coming from. It went right underneath the tier 2 tower, so they knew that there was some aggression coming through to Gabby. He's relocated accordingly. So nice awareness coming through there, TNC.
Yeah, and it looks like they might think about trying to group up and make a play happen here. Gabby just picked up the Scotty, so a nice little item timing for him. And we don't really have any objectives at the moment. No bounties. Of course, got another 3 minutes until that one, so just seeing if they can pair up the item timing with a potential smoke moon over. Silently, Raven has been having a very good game finding farm as well. 3-0-3, 201 loss. We saw kind of Raven in that game one trying, the Morphling wasn't able to get involved as much, but at least the farm so far. And we see as this game goes on in the carry matchup, is this still, how are you going to favor it with the Alchemist versus the Lifestealer?
I mean, Lifesteal is pretty good at dealing with him, especially if he goes for this max HP build, right? You've got the Feast, which is based off of their max health Lifesteal. So if you're hitting this quickly and pairing together with a Ogre Magi that's just going to be bloodlusting you for every single fight, they're going to have a hard time killing Raven.
Oh, nice scan. Scouts out this smoke, and we'll see if they want to try and group up and protect the high ground, potentially die. They're going to counter smoke themselves. Gabby, the bait at the moment. He's got a DD in the bottle as well. Pops the ultimate instantly. Atos going to get disjointed well, but Armel's going to blink aggressively forward. He's got to be careful. Where's this defensive factor coming through? Tim's with the toss, but it's not enough. And now Gabby as well really wants to punish this movement, with the double damage rune. Raven, he's in trouble, gets infested up. Buyback from the Mirana as well. Jabs wants to rejoin them, but it looks like Dire, can they retreat away without losing too many heroes? Unfortunately, that's not going to be the... As we do see KP falling, and even in top of the river as well. Tiny's going to get caught out by the arrow. So nicely done from Fnatic. Just, the aggressive blink there from Almel really costing them, even though they had the ward on the high ground. So Jabs has got to buy back, but they don't lose anyone else but that.
Yeah, and even at the very start of that fight, Febby dealt with the Observer Ward that was standing next to the top tier 1 tower. Not enough. He got off a really nice stomp too. I think it was a 4-man, and the Earth Splitter was coming through as well. Only ended up connecting onto 1, but still, I think all of that comes down to just getting a little bit too aggressive there on Armel, and that was his first death as well. So a lot of gold being fed over through to Raven. That was another 640 gold. That's exactly who you don't want getting all of this farm.
Yeah, he's got a Helbert completed. He's going to be working on the Scotty as his next item. You already brought up the Spirit Vessel factor against the Alchemist, trying to deal with a lot of the sustain. And now the Scotty's going to have that factor as well. I mean, just reducing the health, HP regen, lifesteal, and spell length by 40%. So this is going to be pretty nice once Raven picks that up.
And even just with the Ogre, you mentioned before about, like, versus late game, who wins, Lifesteal or Alchemist. You've got an Ogre Magi. I mentioned the Bloodlust, but if he gets to level 20, that's an extra 40 Bloodlust attack speed. So it's just more and more that's going to swing this in the favor of Raven.
As we see Fnatic looking to try and get a little bit of map control. They take that tier 1 tower down, but they can even offer to put a little bit of aggression on top of the tier 2 as well. But TNC, once again, we just see kind of the Dire team making an aggressive movement into Radiant's Triangle Camp when Roshan is that next objective. I mean, it's potentially going to be up in 40 seconds, so TNC trying to de-ward the area, provide some control, get that tier 1 tower, which is going to be a nice TP point.
And Roche might be up in 30 seconds, so you would think for both teams that's the main objective they're playing for. You would think Armel's probably going to be the priority target for that one. Oh, immediately smoke coming through after this, and the TP's coming back.
They didn't get the infest on top of the Beastmaster. Unfortunately, Masteros TP was a little bit too fast for the Lifesteal. I mean, Lifesteal still was able to come back, but is in the Ogre instead. So maybe this infest bomb not really going to pay off as much as something they were hoping for. And look at Dire's positioning. Smoked up underneath the Observer Ward. They got a double Observer combo as well, where Tim's is playing in that tree line, so he's going to be able to pop the smoke where they have vision. But it looks like Fnatic, they're wrapping all the way around. They might find Armel. Gets the blink away. Still doesn't have the Lincolns completed just yet. So now they're just going to go back to where they've got the vision at the moment. And Radiant like, well, we've still got the Beastmaster that can always scout up Roche, and that's actually going to be up in 2 minutes 10. So
you're faster than the rest of your team. You got to be careful.
Flying through. Let's see. I mean, they're they show Raven mid, Moon showing top as well. Looks like Dire are actually going to opt to come back and try and defend some of the objectives, which they've only got one tier 2 left remaining. So you've got to keep that in mind. As really nice Hawk as well from Astros. Just a vision that the Beastmaster's been able to provide them this game. We've seen through the past couple of minutes and what they're able to find. Oh, Moon actually up top once again, though. Still moving very aggressively. Pops the BKB. It's not going to be enough to be able to bring him down with the protection of the Magic community. So it looks like Fnatic trying to find if there are any reinforcements coming through with that, potential outpost TP point.
That's a big item for them, though. Abyssal Blade being picked up on the Alchemist. Maybe he's going to try and get to his level 20, so you can get that extra cleave coming through. Oh, Charm going to be hyper value for the Tiny. And you asked me before, like, why are people going the Battle Fury more than previous? Yeah, and I think it's just due to the fact of how they changed the split of damage. It's actually more effective in team fights now, and this is much more of a team fight style meta. And it also has a bit more of an effective build-up than Radiance. Radiance is like an all or nothing, and if it comes off, great. But if it doesn't, then you're kind of stuck with nothing, and there's no comeback mechanisms for it.
Yeah, it's always the build up on Battle Fury has just been getting a little bit better and better over time as we and also kind of, I believe, got reduced in gold a little bit as well. I think But we do see Roche going to be up in 20 seconds. So it's been the long-awaited one for when a fight's about to break out. I mean, TNC, they've, at the moment, 13,000 net worth lead before this Roche fight does break out. You're going to keep in mind about the vision advantage around the area, though. Dire, a lot of vision kind of towards the northern side of that triangle section. They got one of their high ground as well. And Radiant, just for them, kind of a ward in the river. So you do have to keep in mind about the Beastmaster potential with the Hawks. So if TNC are able to hold their high ground with Sentry, which they have done so far, but they're going to smoke up. Let's see if they can find the initiation. Gabby's going to move forward. Tim's as well frontlining. DJ, though, they're really the target they want, but maybe that pickoff can just lead them Roche, although Tim's, he's still hunting, though. Radiant, they got the wall in the backline. Tim's could be in trouble. The force off gets him out of the arrow range, and now the rage is about to wear off. So Mastros is protected. Now Moon actually on top of the backline deals with Tim's. Mastros actually Lincoln Snow pops the raw. Now Armor with the Sonic Wave going to provide the distance. Ravens, he's actually stuck on the high ground. No, the Sonic Wave. Can they do anything about it though? Just TP out, but in the end, it's a 3 for 2. Gabby doesn't have the chemical rage at the moment.
I don't think he'll need it. He's got the Orb of Destruction, he's got enough damage, and the Acid Spray is going to be enough to take down Roche.
Man, a bit of a wonky fight, though. We just see the jump forward. They blew up the Ogre, but Radiant could double back, and it was kind of a... Lesh was able to deal with the support on Tim's, and Fnatic, though, they're coming over. Arrow just unfortunately doesn't find the connection, so maybe what they were needing to move forward, and it looks like now without getting the arrow...
They're trying to steal
do anything.
Trying to steal the cheese.
Jabs might go for it, actually. Leaps in. What's he going to get?
Oh.
Nothing. Nada. Still pay the price. Bumkiss?
Bupkiss.
What's that one?
Means nothing.
Nothing? Does it? Bumkiss? What's the origin of Bumkiss? Why haven't I heard this?
I don't know. Because you're a Zoomer.
Zoomer, that's true. Just a little youngin'. Alright, what do we got? 19,000 net worth lead. They got the Aegis now, which is on the Queen of Pain, holding the cheese as well. And also with the Quickening Charm, it looks like Tim's actually wanted the Nether Shoal instead.
Yeah, it's understandable. Hey, Quap's holding on to the Paladin's Sword, which, I mean, it obviously... Like, not using it in the backpack. I would think that maybe it's worth giving it over to the Alchemist for this. Like, yeah, you got the Spirit Vessel, but even just the passive healing is buffed up from it. So, I'm not one to question Gabby.
I guess we'll see how they're going to be able to try and hold this one now. He's even got the AC completed as well for the Alchemist, so that's going to be coming out pretty shortly. They give him the cheese in the backpack, and we're just going to see them kind of work. I mean, damage, with all the attack slows, but now once they've worn off, Gabby just shreds through that tier 3 tower. They do infest up Master Rosso, so he's trying to find the opening, but I mean, they've already been able to double back, and they can now hold their high ground if they really want to from TNC. Although they do have bot and mid all shoved in, and no one's cut this mid wave just yet.
Yeah, I don't think they need it back just yet. They're happy to take away the Ancients for now, so Fnatic don't really have anywhere to run. They can just go to the other lands if they want to and fix them up. Yep, and that's exactly what Gabby does.
Fnatic. They're hunting though. Who does Masteros want to jump? Straight on top of KP. Raw sets up for the arrow. So get one kill, down for 70. They're hunting for more. Unfortunately, they will not be able to find anything else. And top shoved in. So it's going to have to force them to go back and deal with that. Where it looks like Tim's is actually already kind of setting up to constantly keep this lane shoved out. Although they will cut the wave on jab. So, they get a kill. It's going to give them some time to be able to deal with the creepy equilibrium.
I was about to say, how often do you see a Battle Fury backpacked at 32 minutes? But he actually just went and sold it because, who needs a Battle Fury?
He's so farmed. It's actually, it's just Alchemist things, but you always see like him 6-slotted at this stage, and you always got to keep in mind how fat he is. I'm still impressed on Lifestealer though. Like he's got 303 last hits, doing a relatively good job considering you don't have this steroid like the Elk.
And they've got some good chain stuns. We've seen a couple of times now that Beastmaster is able to get the Blink Roar onto someone. Alchemist isn't holding on to the Aegis, so if they're able to focus in onto him and take him out, especially now, he doesn't have buyback. So that could be the big difference maker that they need.
He's got an incredible amount of raw HP, but it's not like they have this Omni Knight like last game to be able to dispel off that arrow. Now Masteroff, blink away. Tims still has the follow-up thanks to the Force Staff. Now we're continuing to chase for more. They get the stun, jabs. He's got a lot of health with the Infest, but they don't even care about the Mirana. They want a better target, which is Masteros. Gems on the deck as well. So they're going to be able to TP out everyone else, but unfortunately they do end up losing the gem.
It would have been nice, but just didn't have the rest of the team with him. Try and make anything happen. What are they going for next? So Ashiva's Guard, so more stuff that's going to impact on the healing of this Alchemist, although I don't think you're winning any super long team fights. I think it's all about the pick-off potential.
Yeah, Gabby's just this full brute at the moment. He's getting closer and closer towards that level 25 as well. And we see even the Queen of Pain's actually a little bit higher at the moment. Hit that 24 already. Shiva's completed. They got the Aegis for another 55 seconds here, so let's see what TNC are going to be able to utilize with it. I mean, they get all the outer towers at the moment and continuing just to try and control the map, find the net worth lead.
Smokes though on Fnatic, which is a little unfortunate. They're not going to be able to try and make a play happen. Although you can say that it's a little bit of a blessing in disguise. All of TNC just waiting on this high ground to demolish anyone that came forward.
Raven just picks up this Abyssal Blade as well, so they're going to try and Moonlight with this here. They can jump, but just the high ground positioning with the ward, it's going to be so difficult. Raven's going to try and frontline. They got the vision actually. Masteros with the initiation. Can they protect out the Alchemist? They're going to try and move forward, but he gets the ultimate now. They're going to try and look to turn to massive Sonic Wave, but where's the follow-up move with the protection of the BKB? It's just going to try and disengage, but they've already lost 2. And Fnatic, they might be in trouble of losing more as well. Moon gets inside, infested up as the Lifestealer as well, but 2 of the heroes, they don't have buyback. So, I mean, that base, it's going to be in trouble as Armo. He just blinks forward, but the Aegis just ticks out. Lincoln's going to get popped now, but the Echo Stomp, nicely done. Locks in 2. Do they even care about their heroes, though? They just want some space to deal with the objectives. And I have to try and mount some form of defense here as a full set of racks now claim mid, and they're going to end up heading to top as well. I mean, the Beastmaster down for an extra, with the 15 seconds at the moment, they really don't have an easy way to initiate. So TNC, they come and just claim 2 full sets of racks, and we brought up the potential if they were able to burst down the Alchemist. Unfortunately, that initiation just wasn't top notch from Fnatic to enable that.
Yeah, I mean, they got a decent pick off through use of the Hawk there onto the high ground, but yeah, at the end of the day, you just... if it's not a core, it doesn't
forward, they find the Moronic here and just shoving out the damage. Jabs will fall, and they just kind of double back. Elk's now picked up an Aghanims as well, so we'll see who he wants to give that one over to, but they're not done. They're going to walk back inside the base. Radiant, they don't have... I mean, they only got a buyback on the Ogre Magi at the moment, so how are they really going to be able to hold out this high ground? They're going to wait till Chemical Rage and then blink forward potentially with the Beastmaster, but they don't have the follow-up stun lock with the arrow, which they were really requiring.
KP's got the Ags now, so perfect thing to try and deal with the lifestealer. Just kite him out for the
Nice,
duration.
Ross. There we go. Blink forward. They get the roll. Bissell Blade as well, but the Force Love's going to provide the distance. Oh, got to be careful. Toss further away, but now with the Echo Stop Burst, but a combination. T and C, they double back, baiting out Gabby. It just costs them everything as they'll call it quits. T and C take it 2-0, and this is a big series to take down as well. The good old El Clasico in the Southeast Asia region, just 2-0ing Fnatic, which is a big series victory to start them off in the group stages.
Yeah, I mean, TNC looked super impressive. I think they were, again, kind of similar to the previous series that we saw with the Magnus being picked up. It was just not enough pressure being put onto a lineup that is